afternoon, and welcome to Sean Williams Field as we are getting set for MCC Tiger Baseball as the Tigers welcome in Des Moines Area Community College as it will be MCC and DMACC here from Marshalltown. MCC comes in at 7-22, 0-13 in the conference. DMACC is 12-20 and 6-8 in conference play. Looking at the starting lineups first for the Bears, Archer Ogborn is the center fielder. Outfield for MCC looks like this. Chase Clemens is in left field. Carter Belial's in center. Joe Adams is in right. Ian Rahman is at third base. Jake Olbert is the shortstop. Alex Wickets at second base. Sinclair Lee is at first, and Carter Schelschmidt is behind the plate. On the mound for MCC is the lefty Jackson Tubbs. Tubbs has a 9.35 earned run average, 0-2 record, 17 and a third innings. He's allowed 19 hits, 26 runs. He's walked 19 and struck out 18. So we are set for junior college baseball. It'll be Ogborn, Manning, and Crancer for DMACC, their head coach, Nick Michler. Ogborn will lead things off as we're just underway on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. First pitch is in there for a strike. An 0-1 count. Ogborn batting .272. And the delivery is down a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just underway. This is a 9-inning game. As Tubbs delivers, and Ogborn takes a strike on the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ogborn with 31 hits, 7 doubles, 1 triple, and 2 home runs. Tubbs looking for a strikeout to start the game. And he misses away with a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So a 2-2 count on Ogborn. And the 2-2 pitch is a bouncing ball towards short. Olbert charges, throws, and it's late. And Ogborn beat it. So that'll be an infield hit for Ogborn. And a leadoff base runner for DMACC. Now standing in is Jackson Manning. As Ogborn a good lead over at first base. Manning hits one in the air, right field. Adams will come in a few steps and make the catch. Throw coming back into second, and 1 down. So 1 out. As that will bring in Blake Crancer. Crancer at the plate. He's a .306 batter. Now with 1 out, there goes the runner. Good pitch to throw on. Schelschmidt's throw is just late. And a stolen base for Ogborn. So Ogborn with a stolen base. And that was a ball as well. 1 ball, no strikes on Crancer. Comes in 3 home runs, 23 driven in. There goes the runner again, fouled straight back. And the count now 1 ball, 1 strike. A 1-1 count. And Schelschmidt A little hit there, had to shake it off. See if Tubbs will look a little bit longer at second base. Ogborn already the stolen base is 15th, and he was stealing third on that pitch. He has not looked at him yet. Now he gives a look. Checks him again. The 1-1 is down in the dirt, a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Answer has 30 hits, 4 doubles, 3 home runs. We're scoreless in the top of the first. The 2-1 is inside. 3 balls and a strike. 3-1 count, 1 out. Runner in scoring position at second base. The 3-1 pitch. There goes Ogborn. Throw is outside. The throw down to third is not in time. And that'll be ball 4. And that'll put runners at the corners. Second stolen base for Ogborn, and that'll bring in Adam Leininger. Leininger, a .304 hitter, 3 home runs, 14 driven in. As Tubbs looks down. Answer leading from first. Tubbs' pitch is hit hard to right center field. Adams on the run. He will not get it. It's up against the fence. 1 run scores. Here comes a second runner to the plate. The relay is cut off, and it's 2-0 DMACC. A 2-run double by Adam Leininger. And a 2-0 lead for the Bears. That'll bring in Caden Frommelt. He's also got 3 home runs, 18 runs batted in. As a quick 2-0 start on the double by Leininger. He hit that one in the gap to the right center field fence. Now Tubbs checks the runner, brings it plateward, and misses just down. 1 ball, no strikes. A 1-0 count, 2-0 DMACC. Rommel. The 1-0 count on him. There's a nasty breaking ball for a strike as he swung right over the top. Now 1 ball, 1 strike. And looking in is Tubbs. Went with the same pitch, but Frommelt lays off. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 count. It's a big situation early. We're only in the top of the first inning. But 2 runs in on the double. And now a 2-1 count on Frommelt. Wickett trying to keep the runner close, and he throws it high and away. On the pitch from Tubbs, 3 balls and a strike. Frommelt does have 9 doubles and 3 home runs. Looking in, the 3-1 pitch is behind the hitter, and it gets away. That'll send 1 runner down to third, and Leininger to first goes Frommelt on the walk. It'll be the second walk. And put runners at the corners for Carter Bryan. Still just 1 out, top of the first inning. Bryan, a .266 batter. Tigers hoping for a ground ball, maybe turn a double play and get out of this inning. Frommelt leads from first. Tubbs going to throw over, and he's got a pretty good pickoff move. Frommelt able to get back. Left-handed pitchers usually have 2 moves. As Tubbs delivers and misses outside. Walks have been a problem for Tubbs on the season. He had walked 19, struck out 18 coming in. He's walked 2 in this first inning. Swing and a miss by Brian. And 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Brian has knocked in 9 runs on the year with 3 doubles, 21 hits. Tubbs checks the runner. Now we'll throw him back to first base. Lee holding him on. One ball, 1 strike pitch coming. Big lead and missing high. 2 balls and a strike. Leininger at third, Frommelt at first. A 2-1 count on Brian. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and a swing and a miss, strike 2. Now Tubbs 1 strike away from getting the second out of this inning. There is action in the MCC bullpen. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners at the corners, the 2-2 pitch. He struck him out swinging. A big strikeout for Tubbs. And that'll bring in Colin Driscoll. Driscoll just a .241 hitter. 4 home runs, 12 driven in. The pitch from Tubbs is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Runners on first and third, 2 outs. 1-0 count on Driscoll. That misses up and away again. The count at 2 balls and no strikes. Cole Baumgart is on deck. And missing up and away again. He just seems to be flying open a bit. There's the right-handed hitter and kind of pushing everything towards the left-hand batter's box. Here's the 3-0. And that misses outside, ball 4. Third walk in the inning, and now the bases are loaded with 2 outs. That'll bring in Cole Baumgart. Baumgart at .241. He's knocked in just 7. If you can get out of this with only allowing the 2 runs, you'd feel pretty good. Missing down on the dirt with a breaking ball. Right now he doesn't seem to have a lot of confidence in his fastball. Tubbs looking in, bases full of Bears. Missed, ball 2. And this might be it, as the pitching coach on his way out. Just going to see if they can settle Tubbs down. This is a busy week for MCC. The Tigers go to Iowa Lakes on Thursday. And they host Kirkwood this weekend. Saturday a doubleheader, Sunday a single game. A 2-0 count on Baumgart. One good thing is you're at the bottom of the order. And get Baumgart out, limit the damage, only allow those 2 runs. Baumgart gets a hit, then things could get a little more sideways. This is probably going to be his last batter if he's unable to get Baumgart out. You'd hate to have to pull your pitcher in a 9-inning game in the first, but sometimes that has to happen. Here's the 2-0, inside 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes. 3-0 pitch is in the dirt, ball 4, and that'll be it. So MCC will take out Tubbs. A run will come in. This will be the 9th man to come to the plate in the inning. And Tubbs is done. So Tubbs will go 2/3 of an inning. As the Tigers will go to the bullpen here in the top of the first. It's 3-0 at DMACC. So it'll be a righty coming on. And that will be Gabe Wagner. So Wagner will come into the game. MCC is yet to bat. They trail 3-0. And making a pitching change here in the top of the first inning. Wagner a 12.79 earned run average, 0-2 record, 10 appearances, 12 2/3 innings, 22 hits, 20 runs. He's walked 18 and struck out 8. He's pitched pretty good here, though, at least the 2 times we've seen him. He pitched an inning and 2/3 his last time out. Well, that was the Indian Hills game here. Gave up 2 hits and no runs. Then versus Nyack, he pitched 4 innings and gave up 3 hits and no runs. So we'll see if he can throw the ball well again here at home. Tigers are going to need some innings, as they have to go to the bullpen here in the first. The last thing you want to do is go to the bullpen this early, but sometimes you have to do it. Only a 3-0 game, still right in it. You don't want to let it get too far out of hand. As Wagner coming into the game. He'll face the number 9 hitter, Jake Espeland. He's a .235 batter, 2 home runs, 4 driven in. Coming in a big situation, there's nowhere to put Espeland. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 3-0 DMACC. As Wagner delivers the pitch. And he misses high. 1 ball, no strikes. A 1-0 count. Wagner brings it, and he hits. Well, it looked pretty good from up here, but they're going to say ball low. So 2 balls and no strikes. Wagner trying to get out of this inning. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The pitch. Popped up, first base, Lee over into foul territory, and he's going to run out of room. And we'll do it again. 2 balls, 1 strike. A 2-1 count. As Wagner delivering some big pitches. 3-0 DMACC, and that misses high. 3 balls and a strike. The problem, if you lose Espeland, then you got to face Ogborn again at the top of the order. The 3-1 is a strike. So the count is full. The runners will get a head start. The 3-2 pitch coming. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and just missed. And he walked him. And now it'll be Ogborn again. Scoring is Frommelt. To third goes Driscoll. To second goes Baumgart. And it's 4-0. Swing and a miss for a strike. DMACC has batted around in this first inning. Still, they've only scored 4 runs, so if you can get out of it, you can limit the damage here. That's strike 2. Ahead of Ogborn and no balls, 2 strikes. And Wagner finished him off. Here's the 0-2. He struck him out swinging. So it could have been a lot worse for MCC. But DMACC scores 4 runs on 2 hits. No errors. And they leave them loaded. It's 4-0. DMACC leading MCC. We'll go to the bottom of the first. The Tigers will be coming to bat. It'll be Carter Shellschmidt, the catcher, leading off. Alex Wickett, the second baseman, hits second. Sinclair Lee is the first baseman, batting third. Joe Adams, the right fielder, hits fourth. Carter Belisle is the center fielder, hitting sixth. Chase Clemens, the left fielder, bats seventh. Ian Ramon is the third baseman, batting. Chase Clemens hits sixth. Ian Ramon bats seventh and plays third. Noah Lamphere is the designated hitter, batting eighth, and Jake Olbert will be the shortstop, batting ninth. Pitching for DMACC is Carter Woolhams. He's got a 4.53 earned run average, 5-3 record, 8 appearances, 8 starts. He's also pitched 5 complete games. He's thrown 45 2/3 innings, 52 hits, 29 runs, 25 strikeouts, 6 walks. Around the outfield for DMACC, Driscoll's in left field, Ogborn's in center, Espeland is in right, Baumgart's at third, Manning's at short, Kranzer's at second, Leininger's at first, and Frommelt is behind the plate. MCC changing things up a bit lineup-wise from the last time they were home. Would have been the Indian Hills game. As Carter Shellschmidt now hitting leadoff. Carter batting .309. As Woolhams looks in. And he pops it up high into foul territory. Third base over, and dropping it is the third baseman, Baumgart. So the count at no balls and a strike. And Shellschmidt will get another opportunity. Shellschmidt at .309, 9 doubles, 1 triple, 3 home runs. And a nasty breaking ball there, touches the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. DMACC leading 4-0. They got the 2-run double by Leininger, then a couple of bases loaded walks. The 0-2 is in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shellschmidt with 25 hits on the season. He's walked 9 times, struck out 16. Here's the 1-2. It's a ground ball up the third baseline, foul. And the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. And 1-2 count. Woolhams delivers, and Shellschmidt hits it high into the air. Left field, drifting on it is Driscoll, and he'll make the catch. And 1 down. That'll bring in Alex Wickett. Wickett leads MCC with a .344 average. Also tied for the team lead in hits with 33. He's got 3 home runs and 17 runs batted in. The delivery from Woolhams is popped up, out of play down the left side. No balls and a strike. Here's the 0-1. That misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. MCC trailing 4-0 in the bottom of the first. The break-even pitch is ball 2. A little bit down. Two balls and a strike on a wicket. On deck, Sinclair Lee. The 2-1 is low, 3-1. Wicket trying to become MCC's first base runner. He has walked 11 times this year. The 3-1 pitch is a ball. So 1 out walk to wicket. And that'll bring in Sinclair Lee. He's been red hot. He's got his average up to 333. He's got 8 doubles, 1 triple, and 2 home runs. Likes to drive the ball the other way. Big hole on that right side for Lee. Mullins looking over the shoulder and throws the breaking ball and hits the outside corner. No balls and a strike. An 0-1 count. A little bigger lead for wicket. Mullins checks him again. The 0-1. Lee bounces one towards third, but it will roll foul. And the count at no balls and 2 strikes. An 0-2 count on Sinclair Lee. He struck out 15 times on the year. Wicket over at first base. 1 out in the bottom of the first. Tigers trailing 4-0. Here's a bouncer up the middle. It'll be fielded by Manning. He tried to go behind the back, and he could not get control of it. So that'll go as a fielder's choice. And then an error. As Manning tried to make a miraculous play. I don't know if the ball got caught in the wind. It's not really windy, though. He just flipped that one straight up into the air. Now Joe Adams at the plate. See if the Tigers can take advantage of that mistake. Here's a bouncing ball to third. That's trouble. Fielded by Baumgart to second. 1. That's all they'll get. If Baumgart fields that cleanly, they might have a chance at the double play. Instead, it'll go 5-4 on the out at second base. So runners at first and third for Carter Belisle. Belisle at 253. Moved down in the order, was the leadoff man. Sometimes moving a guy down in the order takes a little pressure off him. See if that will help Belisle here. Now he's in a position to drive in a run. He bloops one down the left field line. That's a fair ball. It's going to drop. A run will score in wicket. And that'll be an RBI single for Belisle. Belisle drops one in down the left field line. And it's 4-1 as Chase Clemens will come to the plate. Adams advanced to second base. Clemens with 4 home runs leads MCC. And he takes down and away a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Adams at second, Belisle at first. And Clemens swings through the high fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. The break-even pitch. Here's a shot deep in the hole at short. Manning slid for it, couldn't come up with it. Rounding third and scoring is Adams. And that'll go as another, I'll say, an RBI hit for Clemens. Adams scores, Belisle to second. And it's 4-2. Now that'll bring in Ian Ramon. Had just 3 at-bats for the Tigers. And now that's going to be a balk as Willems fell off the mound, so both runners are going to advance on the balk. So now a base hit. And the Tigers could tie this thing up in the first inning. And Ramon takes a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 count, runners on at second and third. Bouncing ball up the third baseline, foul. And the count of no balls and 2 strikes. On 0-2 count. Here's the delivery. That misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ramon trying to come up with a big hit. He has knocked in 2 on the year. Could knock in 2 with a base hit here. The 1-2 is down and away with a breaking ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 4-2 DMACC, bottom of the first inning. MCC with runners on second and third. 2-2 count here to Ramon. He grounds one up the middle. Manning will field this one, throw to first in time, and the side is retired. So the Tigers get 2 back as they score 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and leave at 2. As we go to the second, it's 4-2 DMACC. They'll have their 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up in the top of the second inning. It'll be Jackson Manning, Blake Crancer, and Adam Leininger. As we go into the top of the second, it'll be Jackson Manning leading off for DMACC. Manning flew out to right his first time. As Wagner delivers the pitch, and he hits the inside corner for a strike. Wagner struck out Ogborn with the bases loaded. Misses down and away. Tubbs went just 2/3 of an inning, allowing 2 hits and 4 runs. As Wagner hits the outside corner for strike 2. Tubbs walked 4. This ball lined towards right center. Adams coming in, and he'll have to play it on a hop. And a leadoff single for Manning. And we'll bring in Blake Crancer. Crancer walked and scored in the first inning. DMACC leading 4-2, top of the second. Adding a big lead at first, and Crancer takes a strike. 0-1 count. Tigers looking to get some length from Wagner. The 0-1. He thought Manning might be going, threw the pitch out, but he was not. Manning has just 4 stolen bases on the season. So not a huge running threat. Doesn't mean he won't run. The break-even pitch is a ball. Umpire kind of hesitated a bit there, but it is a ball. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball hits the outside corner for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, runner on first. This ball hammered to center. On the run is Belisle. He's going to be able to run it down in the gap and get it back in. That ball was hit hard off the bat of Crancer. And it goes for an out. And that'll bring in Adam Leininger. He hit a 2-run double in the right center gap his first time. Manning still over at first base with 1 out. And Leininger takes a strike. That one was right down the middle. Probably not where you want to put that pitch, but got away with it. Here's the 0-1. Inside, he hit him. So Leininger hit by the pitch. That'll put runners on first and second. Caden Frommelt at the plate. He walked in the first. So MCC are ready. Just an inning and 1 out. They've walked 5 and allowed 1 hit batsman. This ball slashed foul. No balls and a strike. An 0-1 count on Frommelt. Runners on first and second. Wagner checks him, brings it, and misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike. The break-even pitch. Missed down. On deck is Carter Bryan. He struck out in the first. That was with Tubbs on the mound, so he has not faced Wagner. The 2-1 is outside, 3-1. So you got the single by Manning, then the line out by Crancer. Leininger hit by a pitch, and now 3-1 on Frommelt. Wagner needs a strike here. The 3-1 pitch is high, ball 4. That'll be walk number 2 for Wagner. And the bases are loaded for Carter Bryan. There is 1 out. Wagner's hoping for a double play ball. As Wagner delivers. Popped up, first base side. Lee over. Does he have room? He reached out to get it, but could not come up with it over by the dugout. It was right there on the MCC dugout. Tried to reach in and make the catch, but could not. No balls and a strike on Bryan. Wagner, this is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases loaded. 1 out, 4-2 DMACC, top of the second. That misses down in the dirt. Good block by Schellschmidt. And the The count is 2-1. And now more action for MCC in the bullpen. Wagner, the 2-1 pitch is fouled back. And a breaking ball in on the hands. Now a 2-2 count. Looking for a big second out, keep the bases loaded. The 2-2 is lined up the middle. That's going to sneak into center field. 1 run will score. Rounding second is Leininger. He'll score standing. And a 2-run single for Carter Bryan. So Manning and Leininger score. To second base goes Frommel. And a 2-run single right back up the middle by Bryan. It'll be the second hit of the inning and 2-run scoring. Now Driscoll at the plate. He lifts one in the air. Deep left center field going back. Belisle, and they'll watch it go. That's going to be a 3-run homer for Colin Driscoll. As he drives one out over the left center field fence. And just like that, DMACC has responded. Now the lead is 9-2. So it's 9-2, and now showing bunt is Baumgart. Did he pull that back? I don't think he did. The umpire never gave a signal. The scoreboard not sure either. It is a strike. The 0-1, swing and a miss. So a 2-run single by Bryan, a 3-run homer by Driscoll. Suddenly a 4-2 game becomes 9-2. Here's the 0-2. That's down in the dirt with a breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Wagner looks in. The 1-2 is a shot into left field for another base hit. That'll be the 4th hit of the inning. And that might be all for Wagner. Baumgart lined it into left. And a pitching change coming for MCC. The Tigers will make a pitching change. As Wagner will come off. And on will be a left-handed pitcher. That is Rylan Kahn. So Rylan Kahn will take over. So Kahn will be the next pitcher, as he'll come on with just 1 out in the 2nd inning. So Wagner has allowed 5 runs thus far. He's also in charge of Baumgart. And Kahn will be the new pitcher. He's got a 7.90 earned run average, 1-2 record, 6 appearances, 13 2/3 innings. He's allowed 18 hits, 12 runs, 11 walks, and 9 strikeouts. A new pitcher on for MCC. It'll be Rylan Kahn facing Jake Espeland. Espeland walked in the first. Baumgart leads from first. 1 out, 9-2 DMACC. As Kahn with the first pitch over for a strike. No balls and a strike. Got a little different delivery. Looking for the signs. He's got the sign he wants. Checks the runner at first, brings it, and misses inside. Schelschmidt blocks it and keeps it right there. 1 ball, 1 strike. DMACC has plated 5 in the inning. 2-run single by Bryan, a 3-run homer by Driscoll. Baumgart leading from first and missing in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. MCC got 2 back after DMACC scored 4 in the top of the first. But the Bears have answered with 5 more here in the second. And here's a little flare down the first base line. That is going to be a foul ball. Just foul. Right down the line. But it lands to the right of the foul line. That was very close. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first base with 1 out. Kahn trying to get his first guy he's faced. Just a little lob over to first. Here's the 2-2 missing high. So the count runs full at 3-2. Still just 1 out in the inning. Leading from first is Baumgart. On deck is Ogborn. The 3-2, and he'll throw over to first. Three balls and 2 strikes. Bigger lead for Baumgart at first. The 3-2, there he goes, and the pitch is high, ball 4. So another walk. This will be the first by Kahn. The Tigers have walked 7 batters. This game looking a little like the Indian Hills game. They walked, I think it was 13. Runners on first and second. Back to the top of the order with Ogborn. And he takes the ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Checks the runner, the 1-0. Slow. 2 balls and no strikes. A 2-0 count. And the runner's on first and second. Kahn walked Espeland on a 3-2 pitch, and now he's 3-0 on Ogborn. And another arm up in the bullpen for MCC. And the 3-0 pitch outside, ball 4. And the bases are loaded for Jackson Manning. So Manning now will bat. And we'll see if he's going to face a new pitcher or the pitching coach coming out, Coach Everman. signaling down to the bullpen to really crank it up. They're going to probably be coming in here. So Kahn with back-to-back walks. And the bases are loaded for the very dangerous Jackson Manning. Manning with 2 home runs, 23 driven in. He's singled and popped to right. They're trying to keep this game from getting completely out of hand. And all you need is pitcher's best friend, a little ground ball right to somebody, turn it into a double play out of the inning. We'll see. Kahn, you a little concerned because going to have to come with a strike to Manning and missing inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Hitting a .321 hitter. He has struck out 26 times, but he's walked 21 times. The 1-0 is ripped to third, and it gets through Ramon. 1 run will score. I don't know if they call that an error or a hit. I'm going to say it's an error because it looked like he should have probably caught it. It's a tough play. I couldn't tell if he got his glove on it or not. And now you're at the 3rd man in the lineup, Blake Crancer. It's 10-2. And he chased a pitch out of the strike zone for a strike. 0-1 count. Kahn looks in and misses down. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases loaded for DMACC. Already leading 10-2. They've scored 6 runs in the inning. The 1-1 is up and away. 2 balls and a strike. Nowhere to put Crancer. Leininger is on deck. Ground ball towards short. Olbert to second for 1. Wicket to first, and not in time. As Lee tried to dig it, but beating it out was Crancer. So that'll go as a fielder's choice. 6-4 for the second out. Scoring is Espelend. And to third base goes Ogborn. So runners at the corners for Leininger. And he pops it up, back behind the plate. Is there a play? And no, there's not. No balls and a strike. Leininger has the 2-run double. He's been hit by a pitch. The double gave him RBIs 15 and 16. Now he can drive in another run. Kahn checking the runner, brings it, and he hit him again. So hit by the pitch, and that will be all for Kahn, it appears. So another pitching change coming for the Tigers. And we'll see who comes out of the bullpen. This already their 4th pitcher. And we are still in the 2nd inning. It'll be Johnny Campbell coming on. He'll come on with 2 outs in the 2nd. Wagner goes 1 inning. He left. Espelin was the guy who he left, so he scored. So that would be 7 runs allowed by Wagner. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. He struck out 1. And he walked 2. It's 11-2 as Johnny Campbell coming on. He's got an 8.26 earned run average, 28 1/3 innings, 41 hits, 33 runs, 17 walks, 12 strikeouts. Caden Rommelt will stand back in. He's walked twice and scored both times. Bases loaded. The pitch is a strike. One good thing, there are 2 outs. You can get out of this. At least end this inning. And did Rommelt go? He did. No balls and 2 strikes. Campbell trying to get the strikeout here. The 0-2 pitch, and he struck him out swinging. So Campbell does the job, but not before the damage is done, as DMACC gets 7 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, and they once again leave the bases loaded. It's 11-2. DMACC with the lead as we go to the bottom of the second on the Tigers Sports Network. As we go into the bottom of the second, DMACC leading MCC 11-2. Tigers got 2 in the bottom of the first. Belisle an RBI single, Clemens an RBI single. It'll be Lamphere, Olbert, and Shellschmidt for the Tigers. As Willems hits the outside corner with a fastball. 0-1 count. The pitch, and it's hit the other way, foul. No balls and 2 strikes on Lamphere. No, a .213 hitter, but he has walked 15 times and struck out 13. Here's the 0-2. That misses away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lamphere, a tough guy to strike out. A 1-2 is a ground ball up the middle, backhanded by the second baseman Krancer, and he'll throw him out at first. for out number 1. And that'll bring in Jake Olbert. So Olbert will stand in with 1 out. Willems pitching out of the stretch. And he hits the outside corner with a fastball. No balls and a strike. No 1 count on Olbert. He lines this one the other way. That's a fair ball down into the right field corner. Olbert will turn first, head for second, and he will stay right there with a stand-up double. So Olbert, a nice piece of hitting, drove that one the other way. And a double for Olbert, 3rd hit of the game for MCC. And that'll bring in Schellschmidt with the man on second base. And Carter pops it up on the infield. Krantz are calling it and making the catch for out number 2. And Schellschmidt 0 for 2. He's popped to left, popped to second. And Wickett will come to the plate. Wickett walked and scored in the first inning. And that gets off the glove of the catcher Frommelt, so that'll be a pass ball. I don't know if he got crossed up on that or what, but just didn't catch it. So Olbert to third base on the pass ball. And a 1-0 count on Wickett. Trying to get MCC back on the board with a base hit, and he does just that as he lines it right up the middle. That went flying over Woolem's head, and an RBI single for Wickett. And the Tigers get a run back. 2nd hit of the inning. Olbert comes in to score. I mean, he would have scored easily from second on that as well, but made it really easy once he got to third. Now Sinclair Lee at the plate. Wickett a good lead, and Lee takes down and away a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 11-3 is the score now. Lee tried to hold up. Did he? He did. 2 balls and no strikes. Two outs in the inning. The 2-0 is a fastball inside. 3 balls and no strikes. Joe Adams waiting in the on-deck circle. The 3-0 pitch is a fastball right there. And now the count 3-1. If Lee gets another one of those, he'll definitely be hacking. Wickett a good lead at first. The 3-1 pitch. Here's a ground ball towards short. Manning's got it. Throw to first is in time. And he gets Lee. And the Tigers do get a run on 2 hits, no errors. And leave 1. As we go to the third, we've had a lot of action thus far. Unfortunately, DMACC with 11 runs. MCC just 3. It'll be Carter Bryan, Colin Driscoll, and Cole Baumgart against Johnny Campbell. Alan Kahn goes just a third of an inning. He walked 1, 2. Did not end up allowing a run because all 7 runs went against Wagner's record. not strike anyone out, did not allow a hit. So Campbell came on with 2 outs in the second. And now he'll take over here in the third. MCC just needs a easy inning. They've just walked too many batters here today. Already 8. 8 walks in 2 innings. That's going to put you behind the 8 ball, and it really has. Brian had the 2-run single up the middle in the second inning. And now time called. As something's wrong for Schelschmidt. Must not have had the... That's the way they get the sign. I don't know if it's like a watch or what it is. Kind of looks like it. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. As Campbell looks in, and this ball lined into left field. That's going to get down in front of Clemens. And Brian with a leadoff single on the first pitch. And that'll bring in Colin Driscoll. His last time he hit a 3-run homer. Deep to left center field. Both Clemens and Belisle just watched it go. He swings and foul tips this one. No balls and a strike. Runner on first, nobody out. 11-3 DMACC. He tried a nice little breaking ball in the inner half of the plate, but didn't come all the way back. Count it 1 ball, 1 strike. Checking the runner at first. Brian. Lee holding him on and missing down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Campbell looks in. The 2-1 is outside. 3-1. The 3-1 count on Driscoll. Runner goes and ball 4. So the 9th walk allowed. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Baumgart at the plate. So it's kind of been how things have gone for MCC through the first 2 innings. Baumgart, a little bouncing ball. Lee able to get it. Long toss for Campbell. Nice cover, and he gets the out. Nice play by Lee over at first base. Both runners move up, but the Tigers do get an out. And that'll bring in Jake Espeland. And like a pop-up here, keep those runners at second and third. Grounds this one towards third. Ramon, nice play, high throw, and Lee came off the bag. And that'll be an E5. Scoring is Brian. Driscoll advances to third. And an error on Ramon. And now back to the top of the order with Ogborn. Tries to hold up, but could not. 12-3 DMACC. No balls and a strike on Ogborn. He's walked, struck out, and singled. Was an infield hit. Quick throw to first. Back in safely is Espeland. Campbell with the 0-1, fouled off towards the MCC dugout. No balls, 2 strikes. On 0-2 count. Checking the runner first, quick throw over. And the count remains 0-2. Here's the 0-2. This ball lifted in the air, left field. Clemens coming over, dives, and he makes the catch. Did the runner tag? Tigers checking him, and they're going to say he did. So Driscoll scores, but a great catch by Clemens in left. So a diving catch by Clemens. That is the second out. There goes a sac fly. And the runner stayed at first base. Now Manning hits it the other way, high into the air. Adams settling under it, and he'll put it away to retire the side. So DMACC gets 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and they leave 1. It's 13-3. As we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. MCC has their 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up. It'll be Joe Adams, Carter Belisle, and Chase Clemens. MCC trailing 13-3. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And Joe Adams will be coming to the plate. Joe hit into a fielder's choice his first time, but did score a run. He'll face Willems here, and he drives it in the air. Deep left field, going back on it, still going back, and that ball's out of here. Adams with a home run to left. And that will be his 4th home run of the year. So that'll tie Adams with Clemens for the team lead. And it's 13-4. Joe Adams with the solo home run. Now Belisle at the plate. Takes inside. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 is inside. 2 balls and no strikes. 13-4 is our score. The 2-0, and there's a strike. 2 balls and a strike on Belisle. He had the RBI single down the left field line his first time. Just blooped it in. The 2-1, another flare out towards left, but this one going to carry out to the left fielder Driscoll. And out number 1. And that'll bring in Chase Clemens. Adams just tied him for the team lead in home runs. And Clemens break that tie. He were to homer right here. And he takes a breaking ball for a strike. Owens had an RBI single in the first, hit a hard ground ball. Manning tried to slide and get it. Couldn't come up with it. He did come up with it, but he got off his glove into left. Clemens with the RBI hit. He grounds this one foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 count. As Willems looks in, the 1-2 pitch is down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2, and he struck him out swinging. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt. That's just the first strikeout by Willems. And that'll bring in Ian Ramon. Ramon at the plate, grounded to short. And the runner's on first and third. He takes down and away a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0. Ramon chops it towards Coach Everman. Down at third, he just lets it go by. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 is in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1. This ball lifted in the air, deep left field, but a little bit out in front. And it'll be a foul ball. Ramon pulled that one foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch is fouled off. Pitch had a lot of movement. 2-2 with 2 outs and nobody on for Ramon. Same pitch, pops it up, first base side. Leininger coming in. He'll make the call and the catch. And the side is retired. Tigers get 1 on the solo homer by Joe Adams. They get 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and none left on. We've played 3 innings. It's 13-4. DMACC in control. We'll go to the 4th. It'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up for the Bears. Blake Crancer, Adam Leininger, and Caden Frommel. Campbell back to work. Came on with 2 outs in the second. Here he is in the 4th inning. Trying to settle things down a bit. If the Tigers can keep DMACC off the board this inning. Allowed 4 in the first. DMACC scored 4 in the first, 7 in the second, 2 in the third. MCC with 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. There's still a long way to go in this one. This one going 9 innings, but Tigers got to slow down this DMACC offense. Campbell can have a clean 4th inning. A little flare down the first baseline, foul. And no balls and a strike on Crancer. Here's the 0-1. That misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. count. And Campbell misses high. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1. Called strike on the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Campbell trying to retire the leadoff hitter. The 2-2, and Krancer rips it to left. Clemens gonna have to cut it off. And another leadoff hit. This time Krancer. And that'll bring in Leininger. Leading from first is Krancer. And Leininger takes a strike on the inside corner. No balls and a strike. And a quick pick, and Krancer back safely. And a 0-1 count. He steps off. He did step off the right way. So 1-1 on Leininger. And a swing and a miss over the top of the changeup. Count of no balls, 2 strikes. Leininger's had the 2-run double, and he's been hit by a pitch his last 2 trips to the plate. Quick throw over, back in safely is Krancer, diving back to first. Frommelt is on deck. The 0-2, it's a hard ground ball. Wicket with a diving stop, throw to first in time. What a play by Alex Wicket. Outstanding defensive play by Wicket. We've seen a couple of great gems defensively by the Tigers. Clemens had the diving catch in the 3rd inning. Now Wicket with a diving stop and able to get Leininger at first. Frommelt grounds it up the 3rd baseline foul. No balls and a strike. Campbell looks in, runner on second base, 1 out. Krancer dancing out at second. Campbell gonna look him back to second. Frommelt has walked twice and struck out swinging. Checks the runner. And there goes Krancer. It's a ground ball up the middle. That's going to get into center field. Krancer will score easily. And an RBI single for Frommelt. And that'll bring in Carter Bryan. He's got a 2-run single and another single. His last couple of trips to the plate. He's also struck out swinging. 14-4. Now he hits one in the air to center. Belisle going back a few steps. Plenty of room to make the catch. And that'll be out number 2. That'll bring in Colin Driscoll. He's got 2 walks, and then he hit the 3-run homer in between those 2 walks. Quick throw over by Campbell. Back standing is Frommelt. Frommelt not a huge threat to steal, just 2 stolen bases. Missing down and away for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. is in the dirt. Runner goes. Shellschmidt fielded it nicely, and Wickett able to pick the throw. And they get Frommelt. That'll be a caught stealing. 2-4 on the out. DMACC gets one. They get one run on 2 hits, no errors, and none left on. So it's 14-4. DMACC leading MCC. Tigers will have their 8, 9, and 1 batters coming up. Noah Lamphere, Jake Olbert, and Carter Shellschmidt. Bottom of the 4th inning, MCC will have Noah Lamphere, Jake Olbert, and Carter Shellschmidt. Lamphere bounced to second. Olbert doubled, and Shellschmidt is 0 for 2. Lamphere will start things against Willems. He hasn't been overall dominant, but when his offense has put up 14 runs, he's given up 4. Now Lamphere puts a charge into one, right center field, but getting there is the center fielder Ogborn. And one down. Lamphere hit it hard, but just right at Ogborn. He's able to run it down in center. And that'll bring in Olbert. He doubled into the right field corner his last time. Grounds this one up the third base line. That'll go foul. So an 0-1 count on Olbert. We're batting just 185 with 12 hits. And that one gets away, but nobody on, so no harm done. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch inside, nearly hit him. Looked like a 2-seam fastball, the way that ran inside on the right-handed hitter. 2 balls and a strike. Willems delivers, and Olbert takes a strike. Out at 2-2. And the music was still playing. I wondered what was the difference there. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it's popped up. Foul territory, long run, sliding is the catcher Frommelt. But he will not get there as it lands in the MCC dugout. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Nobody on. MCC trailing 14-4. Carter Shellschmidt is on deck. Lamphere flew out to right center to start the inning. Here's a chopper, hits slowly to third, and it's going to be an error on the third baseman Baumgart. Just put the ball in play, give yourself a chance. And the error allows Olbert to reach. And that'll bring in Shellschmidt. He popped to left and popped up to second base. Olbert leading from first. Willems delivers and hits the outside corner with a strike. No balls and a strike. Holmes has thrown a lot of first pitch strikes. Here's the 0-1. Nasty breaking ball, but it misses down. Count of 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck is Wicket. Here's the break-even pitch. That misses down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Only 2-1 count. The 2-1 to Shellschmidt. He pops it up right field. Espelin will come in a few steps and make the catch for out number 2. So Shellschmidt is 0 for 3. And that'll bring in Alex Wicket. Wicket has an RBI single right back up the middle in the second inning. And 2 outs, a man on first. Trying to keep this inning alive. Takes inside a ball. Wicket leads MCC with 34 hits now. After that single in the second inning. The 1-0. Here's the breaking ball for a strike. That's the one you might want to swing at. The way that came back right over the middle of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. Hit in the air, center field. Ogborn on the run, and he's going to run it down again. As he runs down a couple of fly balls in the 4th. Tigers no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left on. Well, for the first time today, MCC failed to score a run. We'll go to the 5th. DMACC has Driscoll, Baumgart, and Espelin coming up. MCC going to the bullpen once again. It'll be Brady Lorber coming on in the 5th inning. He becomes the Tigers' 5th pitcher. Campbell allows 3 runs. On 3 hits. And he goes 2 1/3. Campbell walked 1. And he struck out 1. So Brady Lorber will be the new pitcher here in the 5th. He's been used a lot. 13 appearances, 12.13 ERA, 23 innings, 36 hits, 30 runs, 17 walks, 15 strikeouts. It'll be Colin Driscoll to lead off the 5th inning. As Lorber delivers his first pitch. Driscoll grounds it to 3rd. Nice stop by Ramon. Long throw is not going to be in time. He kind of took his time a bit there at 3rd base. And just a little bit late on the throw. He really took his time there at 3rd, thinking he had a pretty easy routine play, and Driscoll beat it. Now Baumgart takes a strike on the inner half of the plate. 0-1 count. Baumgart is singled, walked, and grounded to 1st. And misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 count. The 1-1 is inside, and they're going to say he swung. A 1-2 pitch coming here from Lorber. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Baumgart down on strikes. And that misses away. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 and tried to hold off on the high fastball, but could not. So that'll be a strike. That misses away. The 2-1 pitch fouled off. Two balls, 2 strikes. Runner on first base. The 2-2 is lined into right field. That's a base hit. On his way to third base, here comes Adams' throw. It's cut off, and the throw by Olbert is late. Driscoll makes it to third on the single by Espeland. I think if he lets that go, it might be a pretty close play at third, but cut it off. So runners on first and third. As Lorber looking in. Runners at the corners. And it hit him. So Ogborn hit by the pitch. And now the bases are loaded for Jackson Manning. Seems like DMACC has had the bases loaded almost this entire game. Just been up, they've been the bases loaded most of this game, it seems. And nearly hit him. Manning takes inside. We've had him loaded on a number of occasions. Tigers have pitched a little better the last couple innings. Now things trying to keep from scrambling further out of control. It's already 14-4. Bases loaded, 1 out. This is a 9-inning game. Here's the 2-0 as that's slashed foul. Since it's a 9-inning game, I believe it has to go at least 7. We are only in the 5th. Lorber trying to come back and get Manning. Now he's 3-1. Manning has flown to right, reached on an error, singled, and flown to right. Here's the 3-1. In there for strike 2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 pitch is chopped up the first baseline foul. Good pitch in on the hands, but Manning able to fight it off. Another 3-2 pitch coming here from Lorber. And he get a big strikeout. Here's the payoff, and he walked him. So a walk in a run. Driscoll will score. The second goes Ogborn. The third goes Espeland. And that'll bring in Blake Crancer. Crancer pops it back and out of play, foul. No 0-1 count. That misses away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ball, 1 strike, 1 out, bases loaded. 15-4 DMACC. Popped up. Adams coming in, long run. Going out is the second baseman, Wickett. He'll make the catch, come up throwing home. It's a little up the line. And scoring is Espeland. Nice play by Wickett to run that down in short right field. That'll go as a sac fly for Crancer. That's one where if Adams could have got to that ball, he's probably the one that should make that catch, but it was kind of in no man's land, and Wickett running backwards made the catch, and then had to come up throwing to the plate, and his throw was a little bit up the third base line, allowing Espeland to score. Quick throw to first, and Lee with a nice block to save a run because Ogborn scores if that gets by him. Runners on first and third. 0-1 count on Leininger. In the dirt. Schelschmidt a nice block. 1 ball, 1 strike. 16-4. DMACC with the lead. Lorber delivers, and Leininger hits one deep right center field. Belisle going back, and that is off the top of the fence. It stays in the ballpark. 2 more runs will score, and it's a 2-run double for Leininger as he just missed a 3-run homer. That hit right off the top of the fence. That's his second 2-run double. Scoring is Ogborn. Scoring is Manning. And it's 18-4 as Frommel comes to the plate. Now Frommel pops it up. Left center field, over is Belisle. He'll make the call and the catch. And the side is retired. But 4 more runs on the board for DMACC. As the lead grows to 18-4, they get 4 runs on 3 hits. No errors. And 1 left on. The bottom of the 5th we go. It's 18-4. Bears on top. It'll be Sinclair Lee, Joe Adams, and Carter Belisle for MCC. 18-4, DMACC. As we go into the bottom of the fifth inning, it'll be Sinclair Lee, Joe Adams, and Carter Belisle for MCC. Willems has allowed 5 hits and 4 runs. As Lee fouls it straight back. No balls and a strike. 0-1 count. Sinclair is hit into a fielder's choice and grounded to short. He's behind the count, no balls and 2 strikes. After that, swing and a miss. 0-2 count. Here's the 0-2. It's a ground ball hit softly up the middle. Manning charges and he boots it. And that'll be an error. Error will give MCC a leadoff base runner. And that'll bring Joe Adams to the plate. Last time up, it is 4th home run of the season. Out by the scoreboard in left field. Now Adams will hit with the man on first as he takes a breaking ball for a strike. 0-1 count. Home run by Adams was his 4th, which ties him for the team lead. Big swing and a miss for strike 2. Lee leading from first. Belisle is on deck. Adams hits this one to center. Coming in is Ogborn. He'll make the catch. And 1 down. Bring in Carter Belisle. A man on first and 1 out. Carter's got an RBI single. And he flew out to left. Grounds this one towards second. Bobbled by Crancer. Throw to first. Not going to have one. And the second error of the inning against DMACC. Now that'll bring in Chase Clemens with runners on first and second. Willems has to be a little frustrated. He got 2 ground balls. Lee's ground ball was booted by Manning, and then the ground ball by Belisle. Crancer couldn't handle. Clemens takes ball 1. And the Tigers make him pay. The 1-0. Low ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. A 2-0 count on Clemens. He grounds it hard down the third baseline, foul. And the count at 2-1. Tied for the team lead with 4 home runs, with just 7 runs batted in. Pops this one back and foul. Clemens has struck out and has an RBI single. Just missed. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count, runners on first and second. Checks the runner. A 3-2 pitch, and Clemens fouls it off. His foot. To shake that one off. Might be the longest at bat we've seen today. Here's the payoff, and Clemens yanks this one foul down the line. So we'll see an 8th pitch in this at bat. It's the longest At bat against Willems. Here's the 3-2, and he struck him out swinging. So Clemens down on strikes as Willems has got him twice. And that'll bring in Ian Rahman. And he takes a strike. 0-1 count. Still runners on first and second, 2 outs. And he swings and misses for strike 2. He's grounded to short and popped to first. Rahman trying to come up with a clutch 2-out knock. The 0-2, and he struck him out swinging. Tied him up on the inside. Third strikeout for Willems. And the Tigers held off the scoreboard in the 5th. No runs, no hits, 2 errors, and 2 left on. Top of the 6th inning we go. MCC's got a new pitcher. It'll be Hayden Roush. So Roush coming on. To pitch the 6th inning. He will face Brian, Driscoll, and Baumgart. Hayden Roush will be the new pitcher for MCC. He's got a 10.61 ERA, 6 appearances, 9 1/3 innings. He's allowed 11 hits, 14 runs, 7 walks, and 4 strikeouts. MCC trailing 18-4. And we've got a pinch hitter coming in. It'll be number 36, Mitch Johnson, to pinch hit for Brian. And he takes a strike. So Johnson will pinch hit. And Roush misses down. And 1 ball, 1 strike. Roush kind of comes straight over the top. And the count of 2 balls and a strike. Johnson just 4 at-bats on the season. And a 3-1 count on him. We're in the top of the 6th inning. DMACC leading 18-4. We'll see if we have more pinch hitters. Here's the 3-1. Popped up. And it's going to get out of play. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So now can Roush come back to get Johnson? Here's the 3-2 pitch, and he walked him. There's too many walks allowed by MCC pitching today. And that'll bring in Colin Driscoll. Driscoll has a single and a 3-run homer, also a couple of walks. And that misses inside. The 1-0 popped up high in the air down the left field side out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Roush checks the runner at first and delivers. It's popped up. First base. Is there a play for Lee? There is not. So the count goes to 1-2. As Roush ahead of Driscoll. Leading from first is Johnson. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. He struck him out looking. Roush with the strikeout. That'll bring in Cole Baumgart. Roush misses down for ball 1. Baumgart struck out against Lorber in the 5th. And he's ahead in the count at 2-0. Schelschmidt was ready to throw that one down to second. A 2-0 pitch to Baumgart. Chops this one to third. Ramon, nice pick at third and the throw to first in time. Oh, nice play by Ramon. And that'll bring in Jake Espeland as Roush trying to have the first scoreless inning for MCC pitching here today. He can get Espeland here. And that misses down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Runner out at second base, Johnson. And that misses away. 2 balls and no strikes. A 2-0 count on Espeland. Ground ball deep in the hole. It's short. It'll be knocked down by Olbert. He won't have a play. And that'll be an infield hit. So now that will bring in Ogborn with runners on first and third. There are 2 outs. And Roush trying to get out of this inning. He misses away for ball 1. The 1-0 driven in the air, center field. Belisle coming in. He'll have a play. He'll make the catch, and that's a scoreless 6th inning for Hayden Roush. So DMACC held off the scoreboard for the first time today. They get 1 hit, no runs, no errors, and leave 2. To the bottom of the 6th we go. MCC will have Lamphere, Olbert, and Schelschmidt. If anyone gets on, wicket. It's about the time in the game where you see some pinch hitters. I don't know. They might wait 1 more inning if it looks like this game going to end in 7. Right now it's 18-4. Tigers hoping they can have a big 6th inning. You could have a 10-run 6th inning. That would get them right back in the game. Then it'd be 18-14. Willems has been pretty sharp, though. He's allowed just 5 hits, and he's had back-to-back scoreless innings in the 4th and 5th. He started to throw a few more pitches in that 5th inning. It does look like there might be some action for DMACC in their bullpen, so this might be it for Willems if MCC can make him throw some pitches, get some guys on base. And you never know what can happen if you get into a team's bullpen. It'll be Noah Lamphere, Jake Olbert, and Carter Schellschmidt for the Tigers. Lamphere will stand in. And he takes upstairs, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0 in the dirt, 2-0. Lamphere has flown to center and grounded to second. The 2-0 pitch is popped up on the infield. It'll be Manning calling and making the catch on the right side of second base. So 1 down, that'll bring in Jake Olbert. He's doubled and reached on an error. Willems brings it, and Olbert drives it the other way again. That's going to get down behind the right fielder, Espelin. Olbert on his way to second. He'll round second and head for third. Here comes the relay, no throw, and he's in there with a stand-up triple. So Espelin laid out for it, couldn't get it. And it goes all the way to the wall. That's the second hit for Olbert. And that'll bring in Carter Schellschmidt. He's 0 for 3. Couple of flyouts and a pop out to second. Here's the pitch from Willems that misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Schellschmidt lines it to right field. That's down for a hit. And an RBI single will bring in Olbert. So Olbert has scored a couple of runs. Schellschmidt with an RBI hit. That'll be his 20th run batted in, which actually breaks the tie and gives him the team lead for RBIs. And now inside to Wicket. 1 ball, no strikes. It's 18-5 now. The 1-0 misses. 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 to Wicket. Popped up, and that's going to get out of play. The count at 2-1. Wicket has an RBI single. He's walked and flown out to center. Anything hit to Ogborn, he usually gets to it. Here's the 2-1. This one lined into right field. That's down for a hit. So the Tigers starting to get to Willems. That's the 3rd hit of the inning. I don't wonder if DMACC might be considering a pitching change, although the lead's still 18-5, but Lee could make it 18-8 with 1 swing of the bat. As Willems delivers and misses just high. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the 1-0 to Lee. Popped up on the infield. It'll be called by the third baseman Baumgart. He'll make the catch. And he loses his hat. And a big second out for Willems. And now Joe Adams at the plate. He's flown to center, homered, and hit into a fielder's choice. Adams could break the tie for home runs with Clemens if he could hit one here. Nasty breaking ball drops in for a strike. 0-1 count with 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Schelschmidt at second, Wickett at first. 1 run in for MCC in the inning. Here's the 0-1. That's down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the break-even pitch. Adams hits it in the air to left, but he got under it. And Driscoll will put it away after backpedaling a few steps. So the Tigers get a run on 3 hits. No errors. And leave 2. We go to the 7th. It's 18-5. As Roush back for another inning. Looks like some changes coming up for MCC as Coach Everman standing by the umpire. We'll try and figure out those changes. I don't see any. Just discussing some stuff. Is it the same pitcher? Oh, maybe a new catcher. I think that's it. We got a new catcher unless he's just, yep, Schelschmidt is coming out. So new catcher on. Try and figure out what number. Is that 24? That Jackson Rady. So new catcher on for MCC. Schelschmidt will get the rest of this game off. And Jackson Rady, the catcher from Manhattan, Kansas, will be coming on. So it'll be Manning, Krancer, and Leininger against Roush. Roush had a scoreless 6th inning. And they'll face Jackson Manning to start this 7th inning. MCC will need at least 4 runs to get this game to the 8th. As Roush misses high and away. 1 ball, no strikes. A 1-0 count on Manning. That misses down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. On the count at 2-0. Manning has walked, singled, reached on an error, and flown to right twice, and he's up 3-0. 3-0 pitch from Roush. Missed inside, ball 4. So another walk. Be the second allowed by Roush. They've walked 12. MCC has walked 12 today. And that'll bring in Blake Krancer. And he takes a strike on the outside corner. No balls and a strike. Nobody out. Runner on first base. Top of the 7th inning. DMACC leading 18-5. And actually, this is a pinch hitter. It is number 18, Brady Walton. So Walton batting for Crancer. And the 0-2 is driven the other way, but right to Clemens for out number 1. So Walton flies out. And this is Leininger. So Leininger at the plate. He's got a couple of 2-run doubles. Now he pops it up high into the air, right field. Adams over. He's got plenty of room and will make the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs. Roush trying to have 2 scoreless innings. As he goes after Fromelt here. Runner over at first base, 18-5 DMACC. Roush misses away a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. As Fromelt lays off the high heat. 2 balls and no strikes. In the bottom of the 7th, MCC will have Belisle, Clemens, and Ramon. Foul tipped into the mitt for strike 1. 2-1 count with 2 outs. Roush checking the runner at first, and the 2-1 pitch, and he hit him. So Fromelt was hit by the pitch. And they'll put runners on first and second for Mitch Johnson. So Johnson will get his second at bat. He walked in the 6th inning. Now he'll bat here in the 7th. Runners on first and second. Roush misses high a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Roush trying to keep the score right here. MCC will play at Iowa Lakes on Thursday. This score holds up. It'll fall to 7-23. 0-14 in conference play, but we'll have a chance to break the losing streak on Thursday. Here's a little flare, right center field. That's going to get down. Rounding third and scoring is Manning. Throw coming into second. And another run in. RBI single for Johnson. And it's 19-5. And another new hitter up. It'll be number 33, Martin Smith, who will pinch hit for Driscoll. So Smith batting for Driscoll. And Roush painting the outside corner with a curveball for strike 1. A 1 count. That misses outside. Rady able to get there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners at the corners. That misses down. 2 balls and a strike. MCC now needs 5 runs to get it to the 8th if this score holds going into the 7th. The 2-1 is hit the other way. Adams coming in. He'll stop. Might have lost it a little bit there, but he'll make the catch. And the side is retired. DMACC with 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and 2 left on. To the bottom of the 7th we go. MCC needs 5 runs to keep this game alive as they trail 19-5. It appears they have a new pitcher coming in. Can't tell. Looks like 17, maybe. Guess it could be 47. It is 47, so it'll be Zach Turpin coming on. He'll be the new pitcher. Willems goes 6 innings. He allows 7 hits and 5 runs. I don't think he walked anyone. He struck out 3. Well, he walked 1. Not all those runs were probably earned, but MCC will have a pinch hitter to start the 7th. It'll be Hayden Connor batting for Carter Belisle. So Hayden Connor will hit for Belisle. And he takes ball 1. MCC trailing 19-5. We're in the bottom of the 7th. So the Tigers need 5 runs to get it to the 8th. At least 5 runs. And a 2-0 pitch to Connor. Swing and a miss. Big cut. Hayden has just 1 at bat. Does have a walk and he has a strikeout. So 1 official at bat because walks don't count it as a bat. 3 balls and a strike. Here's the 3-1 and a swing and a miss. 3-2. Count is full. On deck, another pinch hitter. The payoff pitch, and he walked him. So Connor draws the walk, and that will bring in Jackson Candy. So Candy will bat here. He'll pinch hit. And he takes strike 1. 1 count on Candy. And he takes in the dirt. Connor thought about going, but he stays at first. Jackson, a freshman outfielder from Tampa Bay, Florida. One ball, 1 strike. And a swing and a miss. Count on 1-2. Candy has appeared in 4 games, 3 at-bats. He has struck out all 3 times. The 1-2, and he struck him out swinging. That's hard to sit on the bench and then come on and be ready to hit. And that'll bring in Ian Ramon. Ian from Puerto Rico. That misses. 1 ball, no strikes. Ramon. 1-0 count. There's another pinch hitter on deck as well. Here's a bouncing ball to short. This is trouble. Manning to second, one, throw to first, and not in time. As Ramon legs it out, keeps him out of the double play. 6-4 on the out at second. And now batting will be number 13, Brett Otto. So Otto getting a chance here. Freshman from Newtown, Missouri. And he takes strike one. Otto's had 3 at-bats and 3 strikeouts as well. So here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Now MCC down to their final strike. As Turpin looks in. The 0-2 pitch, and it's hit in the air, left center field. On the run is Ogborn. He'll run it down. Otto does put it in play, but that's the ball game. As DMACC has defeated MCC here this afternoon, 19-5. 19-5 is the final score. Joe Adams with a home run. Carter Belisle had an RBI single. Chase Clemens an RBI single. Carter Schelschman an RBI single. Alex Wickett with a couple of hits. But just too much offense for DMACC as they got 4 in the first, 7 in the second, and 2 more in the third, 1 more in the fourth. So it was 14-4. And then that 4-run fifth really kind of put it away. MCC got 1 back in the 6th. DMACC got 1 in the 7th. And it's the Bears getting the victory, 19-5. So the next broadcast for MCC baseball will be coming up on Saturday as Kirkwood will be here in Marshalltown. So hopefully you join us for that. As the Tigers fall to 7-23, 0-14 in conference play. They got a good chance to snap this losing streak coming up on Thursday when they go to Iowa Lakes. We'll hope that the Tigers can come back with a nice win on the road at Iowa Lakes. But we will next have our broadcast on Saturday as MCC will host Kirkwood for a doubleheader. I believe the first game starts at 1. I'm Andy Jennings saying so long from Sean Williams Field on the Tigers Sports Network.